Welcome to our morning movement and meditation practice. It's up to you on Zoom if you want your video on or off. I do mute everybody and we can move together, breathe together, and meditate together. And we start our morning with a simple affirmation or an intention or a theme for our practice, and that can carry out throughout our day as well. And today's theme is one of my favorites. I am creative. I am creative. I tap into my imagination and design my own unique path. I am creative. So if you're not feeling too creative right now, we're going to get into that mindset together. Let's stand up. Ooh. Creatively walk to your place. And add a little bit, if you can, a little of your own flair to today's movements. So you can get a little more dance-like, you can do a little shimmy shake, or you can just be yourself as you are and come into this wide leg stance. Turn the toes out. Gotta grab my card, here we go. Turn the toes out, bend the knees. Go and take your hands next to your legs. Let's start with some breath, meaning inhales and exhales as you draw the hands up. The inhale comes in and fills your body from the bottom to the top. As you exhale out through the nose, our hands float down. We're going to change up a few things today in this practice. Not too many, just adding some sparks of creativity. Something a little bit different. Okay, now let's change this to our wheel breath, drawing the hands up and then pressing them forward. So we're going to add on elements to each of these movements. Draw the hands up. Exhale forward and down, this nice circular pattern. Let's get even more creative as you extend your arms. Leave them extended, hold, let the wrists grow loose so the fingertips are facing down. Inhale, brushing the front of the room, we reach up, straight legs. Exhale, like your hands are paintbrushes, bend your knees and lower down. Not all the way, just into a squat. Chest stays lifted. Inhale as you rise. It's called brush hands. And what better way for creativity than imagining painting? And we can choose a color today. Blue being more calm, green being more grounded, maybe purple for whatever you want to feel. Pick a color and imagine yourself painting your environment. The color usually matches the emotional state that we would like to be in, whatever that means to you. Let's take those hands then behind the back, interlace the fingers or grab the wrists or the elbows. So we've got this hand clasp or wrist grab. Keep those knees bent and squeeze the shoulders. Look up and look down. Rock your head side to side. We're starting with our movement from head to toe. So we have some neck, head rotations to work into the neck. And then release the hands as your head comes up just above the shoulders. Everything stacked nice and powerful. Strong base position. Bend again. Let's take one big shoulder roll. And then make fists with the hands. Fists with the hands, long arms, arm circles. Nothing too creative about this one. We just got to do it. Okay, switch directions. Good, and we let that go, bring it down, give your arms a little bit of a shake. Let's bring it all the way down to the wrists and head for some rotations through the hands. We can go slow and get intense with it, or faster like you're shaking out. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, take your hands on your waist, just off your waist or your hips. Elbows pointed out to the sides. Let's rotate. Just trying to get the elbows and the shoulders to move. That will tap into just this midsection. Everything else is stationary, looking forward. Hips are pointed forward. And adding a little element to this pose or this movement as well. Reach your hands, maybe slightly diagonal or right in front of you. But wherever you're reaching, pull the elbows straight back at shoulder height. Okay, and slowing that down, make fists with the hands, and we're swaying side to side as you tap the low back and just above the chest. Sway so you can get a little more loose in the hips. Okay, bring that to a pause. Open the arms, bend the knees just a little bit. We're going to keep reaching in our side bends. So inhale, first press it back, really activate through the shoulders and lengthen through the back. Exhale as you reach to one side, pressing into it. I'm reaching both hands, but you can press one hand down. Back up to the top, inhale. Exhale, press and reach. Even as if you're pressing the walls away. Inhale, back up. 2 more. Exhale, press and reach. Last one. And press and reach. Reach up. Now we're moving on here all the way up. Reach forward, rounding the back. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach way back, big half circles to reach back. Lift the heart, squeeze your booty just a little bit to get the hips forward. Exhale, round, bend the knees slightly, round the back and tuck the chin. Just one more of those. Inhale, reach back, chest lifted, look up. Exhale, reach forward, a big standing cat and cow. And then back to standing, step the feet together. We'll do both the high knees and the crescent kicks. Let's start with the knees first, or high, straightforward knees and kicks. So step 1 foot back, knee comes up. Or you might go straight leg. I usually do about 2 high knees before changing to that straight leg option. You want to get creative with your hand gestures? Can. Okay, switch sides. That's it on that first side. You can start with the knee or move on right onto that kick. Balance, come on. There we go. Okay, bring that down now into our crescent knees. So we bring our toes, one toe just off the floor, the other leg bases. Bring the knee in towards your body, up and around. Right? Up and around. Oh. So trying to get this full range of motion. So this big, nice big circle. And is anyone up for it? The straight leg? Maybe? It doesn't have to be high. It can be a low, straight leg circle. There we go. And switch sides. Starting with that knee, get a big hip circle. Be very mindful of that base leg with the knee. We don't want any twisting to happen within the knee. So holding on to something could be helpful. How about that straight leg kick? Woo! Now we're tapping into more of like, well, bad form, but that's okay. More of like a martial arts style of warm-up. Don't worry too much about the form. Get creative with it. Okay, bring all of that down. Take a deep breath. And then make your way to the top of your mat or place where we can do some sun salutations. And again, you can get creative with your journey there. Maybe a little dance to get there. I'm not good at dancing, but it doesn't matter. Pretend like you're not watching me, okay? So let's bring our feet to the top of the mat or a space where there's place behind you. Feet can be about hip distance or slightly more together, whatever is comfortable for you. And we bring our hands down next to your sides. Stand up nice and tall. Deep breath in and out through the nose as we've set up through this entire practice so far. Bringing that breath in just a bit more, reach those hands up. Connect those hands at the very top. And then exhale to open up and fold forward, hinging at the hips, diving down into your first forward fold. We're going to stay a moment in forward fold, so hang out here. Inversions, such as even this one, can help to spark some creative juices. It can help to allow some more blood flow to the brain, to become a little bit more creative or to get out of a block of sorts. So if you're ever feeling that way, inversion, shake out the head, get the blood to flow. So on your next inhale, lift the back just halfway or lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. So palms down, walk the feet back, hips are high. Then shift forward to plank pose. Shifting to plank means shoulders are over the wrists and we're in a straight body from head to heels. Take a breath in, let it go, hold in plank. As you inhale, lift the hips and send them back to downward facing dog. Exhale fully into that down dog. You might bend the knees one at a time. We're not getting ultra creative in our down dog, just setting up a good foundation. Even for creativity and something different, we do still need a good solid foundation, and downward dog is one of those poses. Feet about hip distance apart, fingers spread wide and pressing into the floor. And drawing your tailbone and hips up and pressing back. And then when you are ready with me, walk those feet forward, a few steps to get forward. We'll do that slightly differently the second time. Take an inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold it down. Rising up, bend those knees a little bit, open the arms and flat back lifts you up. Connect the hands at the top and come right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Step back to your downward facing dog. We're skipping plank and we're skipping some push-ups today. Not feeling it today. You We're going to do creativity in different ways. So now take your feet all the way together. We're going to try this. So what we do with the feet all the way together, and you can still keep the knees bent, take the right foot directly out to the side. So to the right side, open up to the side, kind of like a pendulum, but not swinging. So we lift and then bring the foot back in a couple inches in front of your left foot. So it's a little tiny step. Left foot extends out to the side, lift, use your glutes to squeeze, and then as it comes in, it's a few inches in front of the big toe. Same thing other side, right leg out, step forward a few inches, left leg out, step forward a few inches. Try it, keep going. And again, bend in the knees a little bit. So we're walking up to our forward fold in a different way. Just try it for today. This is actually going to help. Any inversion practice, start pressing more weight into your hands as you get closer and closer to the front. It's not super easy. It's not meant to be. Can you get your toes right between the hands? Maybe, maybe not. It's okay, you might need more bend in the knees. And I'll wait a moment for everyone to meet up at the top. Good. You can shake out the fingers and the wrists for a moment. On your next inhale, lifting halfway, lengthening the back, forward fold, exhale. Look forward, rise up, open up, reach up. How do your legs feel after that? Bring your hands down to your heart. Good. Step the feet wide. Just open up. I'm going to step and face towards you. Just a couple more standing poses. Turning, just pick a foot, turn it out to the front of your mat or front of where you were, and bend the knee. Hands on your hips, level the hips. What tends to happen is the back hip rises. We're going to level them off. Press into the pinky toe of that front leg, so you see the big toe on the inside of the knee, and open up the arms. Good. Take a big shoulder roll. Settle in those shoulders. Flip the palms so they're facing up, and press the thumbs back. And then on a reflip so the palms are down. Good. From our warrior two, lean forward just slightly, reach it. Elbow comes to the thigh, opposite hand reaches straight up, side angle. Good. Just a couple poses, I promise. And in this position, can you turn your back toes a little farther forward? So rotating that back leg just inward towards the body a little more. Slowly start to straighten that front leg. Your hand can stay on the thigh or the shin for a version of triangle pose. And you can either look down or look up. Good. Reach that top hand forward for a big arm circle, forward and down. And as the hand comes down, bending back into that front knee, rising back up like a puppet. So your hand lifts back up, you rebend the knee. Switch sides. You can step to switch or pivot. Okay, bend the other knee this time. A big shoulder roll. Palms face up, press the thumbs back. And squeeze the heels actively together. Then palms facing down. Press into the pinky toe of that front knee, front leg. Your now front leg. Lean forward. Elbow comes to that bent knee or bent knee thigh. Reach up with that top hand. Now there's a tendency to kind of bump the hips back and lean forward in your upper body. So we'll pull it all together and create this straight line in the middle of your mat from back to front. Keep pressing the hips forward. Shoulders stay soft. And then check on the back foot. You can turn the toes a little more forward. Heel a bit more back. Straighten that front leg. Hand can stay on the thigh or the shin. There we go. Triangle pose. And if you have different ways into the poses or a different version, you are welcome to take whatever creative version of the pose you would like. We allow for plenty of self-expression. Then take the hand, the top hand, reach it forward, all the way forward, big circle down, and as it comes back up, re-bend into that front knee. Open the arms, warrior two. Straighten the legs and pivot the feet to this star-like position, parallel feet towards one another. Hands come onto your hips. Draw the shoulders back, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Hands come to the floor. Bent knees is fine. Heel toe the feet inward towards each other, not all the way, but just a little wider than the hips. Toes turned out, heels in. Bend the knees, yoga squat. So decide on where that is a good position for the feet and lower down. Hands come to your heart. Press the elbows into the knees. Try to keep a flat back. So it's an active squat. So just showing you two things. Passive squat, we're just hanging out. Active, we're lifting and flattening that back. Try to get that tailbone down. Chest lifted. Good. And then take your hands forward to the floor. Knees down first. Cross the ankles or swing them to the side. Sit. There was our creative yoga portion of the day. Thanks for playing along with me. It used to be that I just did sun salutations, like regular ones. Now I'm getting a lot more creative because why not? It's a nice way to, well, learn different skills, pay attention a little bit more, and try some new things. So let's sit together. I understand if you have to leave early, no problem. I do encourage you to sit, to meditate, and practice this form of self-reflection and listening at some point of the day. But totally get it if that can't happen right now. But if you're here with me, we are going to focus towards that affirmation, being creative. So sit in a comfortable position. Take a couple just clearing breaths. You can close the eyes or simply look down towards the ground. Sitting up tall, resting those hands wherever comfortable on your body. Making adjustments and shifting as needed through these next few minutes together. What does it mean to you to be creative? Being creative might mean that you're thinking back a bit, or maybe quite a bit, back to childhood, when our imaginations could run more wild. And to become more creative even as an adult, we have to allow ourselves time of nothingness. You could call it boredom, but instead it's that opportunity for your mind to wander, to not be distracted by screens or technology or whatever is fighting for our attention and telling us exactly what we need to be thinking or feeling. So if we can sit and listen without distraction, without self-imposed distractions, that's a way we can find more creativity within ourselves. Taking a walk and noticing what's going on around you. All the moments that happen when we're able to observe and take in. As kids, we are all super creative. But along that journey, either society or our families have imposed some limitations on us and have helped shape us and told us how to be. Can we for a moment escape that and come back to that true nature of the creative process? Remember the joy that you felt running and playing. For me, it was a lava monster at the playground, or pretending that I could fly, draping a blanket around my shoulders. So bring back some of that imagination for the next few minutes. Together we'll sit, allowing the mind to wander to thoughts of creativity and wonder. We still are letting go of the to-do lists or the tasks or things that are not serving us in this moment, but coming back to thoughts of play, of fun, of imagination. And each of us will be very different and unique. So for the next couple minutes, tap into that creativity, that imagination in your mind. What does that feel like? What does that look like? And how can we bring that back into our lives today? So I'll come back to you in a couple minutes to guide us out. For now, we sit. Okay, let's take a deep breath in and let it go. Fingers wiggle, eyes open, and we're back together with finishing up our creative morning movement and meditation practice. So moving forward today, just encouraging you to play a little bit more, a little bit of a wonder and creativity throughout your day. Try it, even just once or twice, see how it feels. Finishing up, let's reach up those hands, inhaling up. Draw the hands to your heart as you exhale. One more breath. Inhale, thumbs to the heart. Let it all go. Thank you so much for joining for morning movement and meditation. And as always, I hope to see you again tomorrow.